Welcome back. My name is Nick, and I have Kyle here with me. Pecos with a 0 on Instagram. He's a super talented artist. He helps designs a lot of our shirts. You can go get our shirts at asart.space. And we have covered Severance here since season 1. There's only been one season. I mean, to the point where like we did breakdowns. We came in late because you guys, our awesome subs had told us about this while we were watching Raised by Wolves. And we're like, what is this show? And it was freaking amazing. We really got into it, even to the point I went to Comic-Con. I sat in the panel. Like, it was great. Even met one of the subs there. They saved me a seat. Fantastic. I can't say enough about Severance. It's such a good show. And this is our second viewing.
Yes.
So we're really excited to kind of go back, break down stuff. We have a list of notes. We have a list of notes of deep dives we want to do on characters and themes and stuff like that. So we'll be dropping little hints of stuff here, but it's more going to be like an overview of our second full rewatch of Severance.
The other thing I'm really excited about the deep dives is it's still a mystery, y'all. It's not like someone wrote a book on this and we're recapping it. We're kind of right there with you.
Yeah.
You know?
I threw out some crazy theories that Kyle really shot down, buried them in the ground. I don't think he's ever going to allow me to state them on this channel, but it's okay. We're going to go some of the way there. All right, let's go.
All right.
Okay. So Kyle, second viewing, to me, I just want to say I probably enjoyed it more the second time I watched it. Just all the little details they left in there to freaking Pips.
Yep.
That's a reference to an Egan. The school, reference to an Egan. Yep. The one that Harmony went to, or she has an image of. It looks like she went to the school of Myrtle, I believe is the name. Mm-hmm. And then the lake around Irving's home is also named after an Egan.
Right.
And it's just like, wait, what? Is this a Truman Town?
It kind of feels like that. Also, and I should go back and watch specifically to the license plates because we do see some of the cars. I want to know what state this is in.
I didn't think about that.
If we get that information from any of the images. Also, everyone is driving like a Volvo or something, right? Like they're driving like a diesel car from the 80s or early 90s.
Yeah.
So, but yet they have smartphones. So I'm like, what? Okay, what? We're clearly not in another time. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
It's also speaking about time too. It's kind of like they're in their own like time. It's like time froze in around the Lumon Industries when it comes to visually, when it comes to even the way they dress. Well, I guess in Lumon, like basically, I'm trying to hint at Milchek. He's from a different time period. He almost feels like he's straight out of the 70s to me. With the way he dresses and like that thick mustache, like you wouldn't see anyone with that hairstyle
like the
on the street
Mm.
nowadays. And it feels like he's I noticed he's the only one wearing short sleeves.
You know, he is. That's right. He's not wearing a suit.
Yeah, he sometimes he wears a suit, but his shirts are short sleeves. I don't know if it's because like he's also like the muscle, like he intimidates.
Right, he's got to move real quick.
So he's also like he does everything there. I mean, he hooks up the things. He checks in on everyone. Anyways,
honestly, I don't think they're paying him enough.
Milchek.
But
we have a whole list on Milchek I need to go to in a deep dive because I was also reading stuff on the internet. Like, is he a clone? Are there multiple Milcheks running around because there's so much that he has to do?
Yeah,
and I'm just going to throw this out there: Beehive.
Oh, Nick. Throwing those out there.
But going back to Lumon is so interesting because you have these founders. And it's very, very cultish. I get cultish vibes. Do you get cultish vibes?
I get cultish vibes, but I also get Christian vibes.
Very
specifically.
True.
But for certain reasons, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so we have a break room, right? Yeah. And the break room is very literal because they break them in the break room.
Yes.
What other rooms do we have, Kyle?
We also have the what's the one with the elevator that goes down? They send
service. I think that's the service elevator.
The service elevator. That one. That's the one that Irving keeps on painting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a lot of fun theories on Irving.
Yeah.
But then the other one's wellness.
Yep.
And then what's the one they go to with the history?
Oh, that's the perpetuity wing.
And what does that mean? Perpetuity.
Doesn't it mean like? Actually, let me look it up.
It kind of means like forever, right? Or like ongoing.
You were right, Nick, because then I go down to the next result, and it's what does the term in perpetuity mean? And for all time, forever.
Oh, okay, forever. Okay. So it means for all time, forever.
Yeah.
And who's in there?
The Egans, the Egan family. Yes.
So are they still alive?
Right.
In what form or way? Like physically? Is it they're uploaded digitally to a computer program?
You know, we've talked about a few things that kind of make it seem like they might have uploaded their consciousness in some way, or their quote unquote soul, because we've got the James Egan has a really weird. He makes a really weird quote to Helly. That's like, will you be there for my next revolving? Right. And it's like, what does that mean?
Well,
What,
technically it kind of I don't know if it's technical, but it reminds me of the Avatar, Last Airbender. And the idea of like the most current CEO is the physical form of the avatar. And all the previous avatars' minds are collective or as one. And it's like the CEO at the time, the Egan at the time in charge, kind of has the memories of everyone else. Maybe he has a chip in his brain.
They have a collective consciousness of some kind.
Yes. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Because it also looks like Heliar, or Helena is her name, or Audi's name, is next in line.
Do you know that for certain?
I just kind of got that vibes. Like even when he came in, you're going to be by my side. Does that mean she's there for the passing on of the jobs and stuff like that? So I'm just like, is she next in line? Oh, it's
right.
crazy.
That's true.
Yeah, I know. There's so many cool theories and plots. And while we're going through all this, feel free to comment down below, correct us, point out things we're missing, or give us other things to ponder on. Because I've been thinking about this like nonstop for 2 weeks.
And like Nick said, like in my second viewing of the series, which I just finished last week, like it was still entertaining. I still liked it. Even I mean, it had been a year, but it was still great.
Great acting.
Oh yeah,
like the way how the Mark's innies and outies are completely different. Irving's innies and outies, they're like different people. They can like take on different body shapes and stuff like that. Like when you see Irving like painting and stuff, and just seeing him like mope around with his dog Radar, which is another hit for something. But it's just amazing how well the actors. Milchek, I think he's my favorite character in the show. I really enjoy Milchek, the way he presents himself and can be like, Mark, do you know how to do kind eyes? It's just like...
Yes. So, and you know what? This is one thing I noticed that I didn't notice before. Milchek's, I saw him do explicit kind eyes, but that I think this was right after Dylan bit him, and he made the incisors remark, the man with these eyes, and like he kind of does, he smiles at him and he looks at him, but through those kind eyes, you can see like a malice in there, like kind of like, know, like kind of something unsettling, right? And I'm like,
he must know a lot.
Yeah.
Because I believe he's not severed.
Nope.
I believe so. Mrs. Cobell is, because we see her name on in the security room. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, is it an early form of Severance? Because technically the first chip was invented when Heliar was a child. That's something he says.
So we have a timeline.
You saw the first thing. So if she got, Severance at what point in time and all that other stuff, it can be an older model of the chip. And also we don't know what tasks it is for different job sites and too. Like, anyways, that's a whole other deep dive. Yeah. I can go into Harmony, Miss Cobell all day, and there's a lot of cool points in there. But Milchek is very interesting because he directly deals with all the departments. He talks with them. He parties with them.
He does.
He sets up the equipment for them. He tells them their task, and he's there to walk them places. Like, he's always physically around. If it's with Bert or wherever he always seems to appear, and he's always there and stuff. So that's why it's like he is on a different level than even Miss Cobell, right? Because he's actually interacting with them all the time.
That's true.
And I believe he's also there before Severed and after Severed. And they even call him. They even call him when they call in sick. So the outies know who he is and the innies know who he is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. He's the connective piece.
Yeah. So there's a lot I can deep dive on. I could be here all day talking about Milchek. And we're going to be doing a video on Milchek.
He certainly is a busy man, if anything else.
And then I also noticed the number 4 is everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. There's always 4 people MDR. Mm-hmm. The 4 categories of emotion. Is that, or what is it? What the Egan thing? Or
I wish I could remember the term. I should remember the term.
And then even in the rule books, there's like 4 books, I believe.
4 books of compliance.
You have compliance on the wall.
Yes.
Obviously, in the painting, you have the 4 elements dancing, which I think go to the different emotions, or it's 4s everywhere. It's just a number I'm starting to see everywhere. So I'm very interested. And then the goats, no one knows what the goats are there for. Really, I mean, I think even when I was at the Comic-Con panel, they mentioned too, it was like they just kind of threw in goats and then they're gonna like write to it kind of thing. It was just one of those things like,
really?
Hey, let's throw goats in or something like. Yeah, by the way, there's a whole Comic-Con panel. I broke it down when I was there and stuff like that when they were talking about it. But that happens though, right?
Yeah, it's true. It does.
I mean, really the writer probably had some idea where to go with it, but it's fun. I mean, come on, it's fun.
Yeah, it's true.
We have
kind of
Dylan.
Along for the ride. Yeah.
One thing I noticed with Dylan, Dylan's a smart guy. He catches onto things quickly. He caught on to, before I think Mark and Hallie even realized they were falling for each other. He caught on to that. He caught on to Irving and Bert right away too. And it's so, and it's funny too. I really like his character too, because you think at first he's only in it for the prizes and the treasures. And it's so cool too, because he really treasures his stuff. Like he's proud when he's telling Hallie R, he's almost making like a stance like, yo, I'm the top dog here. Look at all this stuff I've done. Like he's kind of like, boastful, but man, he really cares about everyone in MDR. He really puts Irving first, even when they're fighting and stuff. He takes his safety into first concern, even when it comes to Bert. He's there to back up Mark, and he's kind of on the same page with Hallie R, like, let's burn this place to the ground. Technically, Irving said that, but, but the idea of burning to the ground and stuff. There's just so much good stuff in this show. I can't praise it enough. It's shot beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
And did you have any other points that you wanted to bring up after the rewatch?
I mean, we're probably going to get in it with the character deep dives.
Yeah, big time.
But everyone has their own arc, and also their own sort of like plot, like character development themes, right? Like, I mean, I put Irving as the true believer, at least from the beginning, but then he's given doubt, and then we kind of see a cycle into denouncing Lumon, right? Because of love, right?
Yeah.
And then there's Mark, right? It's interesting because little specks of them bleed through into their from their outie life into their innie life. So Irving is a painter, or his outie is a painter, and he has an appreciation for optics and design. Yeah. With his innie. We have Mark, who he's there because he wants to cope or forget the loss of his wife.
Yeah.
But I believe it was Petey. I can't remember who said it, but they said you carry that with you
Petey,
down there.
Yeah, that was Petey.
Yeah, it was Petey. Yeah.
Dude, talk about Petey. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have so many questions about Petey. like, did he know Mark's sister? Like, did he even talk to her before even approaching Mark? Anyways, I don't know, because he knew where Devin lived. Think about it. He was there in the yard, and then he also knew where to go find Mark at the bar for the VIP thing. And I'm just saying, what is going on there? The connection there. There's even more things on PD I have, but we can save that for a PD deep dive. I have a
PD Wheaty deep dive. Yes.
And then then you were gonna probably talk about Hallie R too, right? And
what?
Her, and her, well, because you're breaking down the
I was getting into it and then Hallie R is an interesting one because she starts off as she wants out.
Oh yeah.
Right. She is not with the program. She tries to kill herself. multiple times.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about that too? I think she's okay with killing herself once she finds out from like I believe it was Mark. He's like, well, basically, when you quit, you die because your any side will die because you won't ever turn back on. So
Right.
technically, that would be her death. Right after that, I think it clicks where she's like, then I'm cool with killing myself. Then, like, if by me quitting,
Right.
it's like me killing myself, essentially. So like hanging herself is like it's the same thing.
Right. And then Dylan, like, to me, it's interesting because he seems to he has a huge transformation when he is brought back into his Audi's house,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and he sees his son,
Yeah.
and it's almost like a switch is flipped,
Yep.
and it no longer becomes about getting cool stuff and just staying in MDR. It's about like, I want to get to the bottom of this thing,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, it's great. I can't wait to see how they progress further.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
so
then
it's great.
you know we also have I have some theories on Rickon, but I'm gonna save that for a Rickon
Right.
video.
That's yep.
'Cause
Yep.
that,
I saw your notes. Those are pretty captivating.
yeah,
So we'll
I
see.
mean, why does he have to talk about goats so much, anyways? And then we also have a theory of maybe it's not even a goat. What might it be?
I think okay. So the waffle party is a key moment in my mind because of its slight, S&M sort of thing going on. But like there was a dude that had a ram's head on his head, and that of course that has a lot of symbolic meaning, but I won't get into that. But the goats I think might be baby rams because they're both they both I know like biology.
He's no
expert.
farmer.
I'm no farmer, but I'm pretty sure they look goats and baby rams look very similar, right?
Yes.
The ewes, I believe.
what I know.
The kids.
Yeah, we should have looked that up, but we will before we do our deep dives.
We
on
will.
goats
That's all.
slash
That's
rams.
deep dive stuff, dude. We're just skimming. We're skimming. The thing I find is like philosophically is really fascinating about this is how effectively people compartmentalize their innies and outies as if they're separate people.
Mm.
And technically they are, but they are not because they share the same body.
Yep.
It's just the mind's ability to compartmentalize information that they think they're two different identities.
Yeah. And it's like Egan's or Lumon sees them as like below or subhumans almost, the way they treat them. The way Harmony yells at Mark, but then is kind to the real
throws Mark. Shit at him.
Yeah, but she's like super kind and affectionate to Mark as when he's an Audi.
I think she's got a thing for Mark. She also kind of does. Uh-huh. She also kind of pays special attention to him during work. She like observes him. She like send him to the wellness again, and like and Milchek is even like again, and she's like, do it, like that sort of thing. So
I think that also ties into why I think Petey was reintegrated at work. So she thinks Mark is reintegrated, and that's why she's sending him through all these tests with Miss Casey to see if she can get a slip up.
Okay.
Anyways, that's all going to be... Oh, it's all going to be good for the deep dive. Comment down below. We have a lot of cool stuff. Like, what's the program they're even working on? Does that tie to the everlasting Egan life? Or is that tied to other things like the car accidents? I mean, what is it tied to? Is Mark Egan? Is Harmony Egan? I mean, is that
was
why
great
she's so
looking at your
dedicated?
notes because you kept
stuff,
on looking
right?
like, is Harmony and Egan? Is Mark and Egan? Is Rick and Egan? I'm like, dude, like I don't think they.
And you get a shirt, and you get a shirt.
But you know what? You're asking the questions, Nick, and that's what's important.
Yes.
So.
Thank you guys so much. If you're still here, remember to leave a comment down below because every comment will be entered to win a shirt at the end of the month. We've been doing the giveaways for the shirts here. We have been having so much fun. If you want to go check out our shirts, it's at asart.space. We're working on developing a cleaner website and stuff. So it's looking and coming together. Really, really cool. Kyle helps with the artwork. By the way, go to Instagram, Pecos with a 0 to follow Kyle. He's a super talented artist, but he also has great insight on Dune and Severance and a lot of cool stuff. His Dark Materials. And it's been so much fun doing these deep dives and stuff. And we're super excited to keep deep diving deeper down the service elevator.
You can never go deep enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just don't fall asleep at the wheel like Irving and dream of black paint. And on that note, we will see you on the next AsArt.
Yeah. Oh god.
Dude, it's gonna be so much fun breaking down Severance.
Oh yeah.